Hi guys, thanks for joining me. So today we're going to talk about vaping. December 1st of 2014 is when I quit smoking. First I'm just going to tell you a little bit about me, and then I'm just going to go over the general basics of vaping. Like if you're like, I don't know where to start, I don't know what to do. Okay. I learned about it by watching YouTube, and I had tried before, and it was a very unsuccessful attempt because I didn't know what I was doing, and I just got a cheap device, and I didn't understand the products and the devices. And by the time I did quit, December 1st, the device I had picked out was a Nautilus Aspire Mini and an eLeaf i630. This was in 2014. And I figured it out pretty well because the device I went to the store and bought with my tax return. It was my big purchase with my tax return, I believe. No, it wouldn't have been tax return if it was December 1st. Okay. No. I did quit December 1st, but then my first really good device was, I bought it with my tax a couple months later, right? So anyway, the device I had picked out was the same one that the guy at the store, at the vape store had. He was like, that's a good choice. You know your stuff, you know. So I had picked out, I'd done pretty well picking out. And I'll be honest, at first, I had smoked since I was 15. And both of my parents died of the same type of lung cancer. So I did really need to quit. And I was moving into a new place on that December 1st. So I just thought, I'm not going to smoke there. This is going to be a thing. You know, I'm going to quit. And I was really determined, and I kept telling myself, and I'm going to tell myself, I'm not telling anybody to do this. I'm not telling you to do this. But I knew that I didn't want a cigarette, that I wanted nicotine. I knew I was craving nicotine, and that was my self-talk. You just want nicotine. It's okay. Just get some nicotine. And I can't remember for how long, maybe the first month, and I'm not telling you to do this, don't do this, okay? But I used nicotine gum and I vaped. But at the time, I had a cheap little disposable thing. Now the disposable ones are nice, but back then the disposable ones were really stupid. And so I wasn't getting much nicotine from that. And it wasn't enough. I just used the vape for the habit, the crutch of what smoking does. Because whenever you smoke, it's like after a meal, first thing in the morning, last thing at night, after a meal, while you're partying, while you're mad, you know, I'm mad, I'm happy, I'm celebrating, you know. Smoking becomes, it's break time, you know, smoking becomes so much of your day that I knew I wanted the crutch of the habit. And I also knew I needed the nicotine. And I was successful. Now I have, if I'm around somebody that's smoking, which is not even twice a year, I might say, give me a cigarette, you know. I have tried it, and I've not liked it. For example, I use the medical transportation because I can't drive, you know, to go to a doctor's appointment or something, you know, it's just like medical transportation. And there has been a time or two, like on a long doctor's trip or an extra friendly driver or something, I've been like, let me try that, you know, and then I'm like, ugh, it's awful. Give me back my vape. So it's been over 8 years, and I still vape. And, I'm to the point now where I make my own juice, and I build my own coil. And you can take this as far as you want. There are people, okay, like a vape coil is just wire. I wrap it around a tiny screwdriver, you know, and then you wrap it around and you make a coil, like it looks like an ink pen coil, you know, just a small coil. And then you screw that down, and it has the device inside has two screws to put the end of the wire under, and then you just screw it down and run cotton through it. And that is a rebuildable. This is a rebuildable one. Some of them aren't rebuildable. You have to replace the coil to screw in a thing, and it's a base with cotton and wire already in it. Versus building your own, you just take it off, and then you just put in a new coil and then thread new cotton through it. And then the cotton soaks up the vape juice, and then the coils get hot from the battery power. You know, they glow red. And, when you take it apart. And, that's what makes your vapor that you inhale. Okay? It vaporizes the liquid. Okay? But it's just cotton through a wire. That's all it is. So, I have bought cotton twice, and it's like $1 or $2. And I've bought a wire twice, and it's like $1 or $2. You know, so this tank, this rebuildable. Okay, I'm sorry. First, okay, I've got a list. I'm going to just break it down. So anyway, both my parents died of smoking. I wanted to quit. I started vaping. I now vape. I still vape. Okay? I'm just for 101, vape 101, and I learned all of this off of YouTube. I don't watch YouTube videos anymore. There are people that make a hobby of this. Okay? If you're like, I have no idea where to start. Okay? This is how you start. This is so easy. First, you have to understand your juice, because it can be satisfying to vape. It can be as satisfying as smoking. Okay? Because you have to understand the juice. There are two main bases of juice. And I will show it to you. I have it here. This is my base bottle. Okay? You can see it's that full. And I'm not going to tell you all my... And here's my individual flavored bottle. Okay? So, there are only two main bases. Okay? Which is the base liquid. The liquid. Okay? There's two main types of liquid. One is PG, which is propylene glycol, and it's in everything. Okay? And I've looked at this stuff. Okay, I can't read without my glasses on. But it's the clear liquid of everything you use. Okay? Like this deodorant, this Bed Bath & Beyond lotion, honeysuckle, this Benadryl gel, I don't know, medicines, like this is Robitussin. Okay, it's the clear liquid base of medical and beauty products. Okay, PG and VG are the clear liquid of everything. Okay, medicine, pharmaceuticals, beauty, health. Okay, all of it. the clear liquid base of everything is either PG or VG. And I'm going to break those down and tell you why those matter. Because as someone trying to quit smoking, you want to replicate that feeling. And this might be why maybe you tried and it wasn't satisfying. Okay? PG, FDA says it's safe. Okay? Fine. PG is thinner. Sometimes that matters in your device, like thick. VG is thicker, and sometimes it won't feed to your coil and your cotton well enough. So you can't go, I don't like to go too thick with the VG because it doesn't feed your cotton right. It dries out, okay? Or it doesn't saturate it. How about that? So PG, it says it's a colorless liquid, nearly odorless, faintly sweet liquid. It's the clear liquid of everything. It is thinner than VG. Some devices, if you're like, this device is leaking all the time, it's stupid. Okay, maybe you need to up your VG. And you can get mixes, like 50 VG, 50 PG, 80, 20. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the properties of both, and then you decide what works for you. But the thing about PG is that it gives you a throat hit. It feels like more like smoking. Okay? But it's thinner, and that might be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how it's saturating your coil, right? And okay, so it's thinner and you have a throat hit. Okay? VG is vegetable glycerin, and L'Oreal had a thing. I just Googled VG, and it was like L'Oreal saying, now we use all vegetable glycerin in our product. You know, glycerin now. And it's called vegetable glycerin, but a lot of products it'll just say glycerin. Okay, it doesn't always say vegetable glycerin, but I think now there's only one manufacturer actually. The one time I was looking. It says it's safe too. It's clear liquid and everything. I buy my VG off of Amazon. Okay, it's clear, syrup-like, it's thicker, liquid that has a sweet taste and no odor. So both of these are faintly sweet, but you can't really tell. Okay? And then the flavoring you get, well, okay, you're going to go to a vape store and make your own, but I make my own. And the flavoring you get is food grade flavoring. Okay? So, like right now I have like black cherry and grape. You know, this is a flavor bottle, I think. So, and VG is thicker. But have you ever seen anybody like vaping the big clouds? VG is more clouds. And it's thicker. It may not feed your coil right, or it might help a leaky coil if you mix it or get a blend. And it is airier. It doesn't have the throat hit. You know, like, okay, like when you're smoking, you smoke a regular cigarette versus an ultralight. Okay? A VG feels ultralight. Okay? It doesn't have that throat hit. Alright? So that's all about VG and PG. There's just two kinds. And they are mixed when you buy them. It'll say, here, this says 50 VG, 50 PG, 50-50. Okay? Or 60-40 or 80-20. Okay? Or you can get 100%. Whatever you want. Okay, now your devices. Okay? Now, the disposables, my son would recommend my son vapes. And he would recommend disposable. And now the new ones, I can't remember the name of them. But they have them where you just pop the whole pod on and off. And it's like a tank and a coil built in one. And you just swap out the pods. Okay? The base is not disposable, just the pod. It's this part, but it's disposable. Okay? This is a tank with a coil in it. That's what all vapes are. Or some are dripping. There's a dripping thing. You can drip atomize. You just drip your juice on the cotton instead of have a tank. Okay, that's the whole thing. They make refillable tank, and they also make disposable, okay? And they make rebuildable, which is what I do. And this, instead of screwing a coil in and throwing it away, taking one out and putting a new one in, I just replace the wire and cotton in an existing coil. That's all, okay? And it's real easy to do. But I used to calibrate and repair gauges, so it might not be your thing. That's okay. That's okay. You can even buy the coils already, the wire already in a coil where all you got to do is screw it down. But that is just wrapping it around a tiny screwdriver, okay? Now your device, your mod, is what it screws into. And this is, sometimes you can get them where the batteries come out and you have a little battery charger and you just swap out your batteries and you charge it in a charging base. Or this one, I just have a plug-in and I just plug it in and I charge it. Okay? Device, this is still an e-leaf iStick. I'm still using e-leaf iSticks. I like them. I've probably only been through 6 or 8 in 8 years. Certainly no more than 10. Certainly. Okay? They last a year or so. E-leaf iStick, I love them. Okay? And this tank, I'll talk about that in a minute. So you can get them where they are fixed. For example, a new one, if you get a new disposable, $20, $25, $30 one, I don't know what they cost. Like the kind you can get at the convenience store or whatever. I don't know what they're called. The cigarette companies are coming out with them now, I believe. Those are fixed. You can't adjust them. Okay? Versus this kind, you can adjust the voltage and wattage. It's VW, variable wattage and variable voltage. And this one's set at 23, and I don't know why. Because it's a prime number. You know, it could be 19. I don't care. I'm not that picky about it. Some people, and now, well, not now. It's been a while, but I haven't even gone there. But they do make temperature control now too. You can control how hot the coil's burning, and I just don't care. Like I said, there's people that make a hobby out of it, and they go, you can go sub-ohm, and this is like, this build is a 1.1, but the next time I build it, it might be 0.9. I don't know. It might be 0.85. I don't know. I don't care. I just wrap it around like 7 times, and it's fine. And I've never been like, this is a little weak. I should have wrapped it 7 times. You know, I don't care. It just, it gets hot and makes vape. I don't care. I'm not that picky about it. But like I said, there's some people that make a hobby out of it. And they care about their temperature. But I don't. I care about, and I want you to care about, getting a good device and knowing your juice. Variable what? Variable volt. You can get away with just wattage. You don't have to go temperature control to start with, unless that's your gig. Unless you watch it on YouTube and that's sold you. Okay, you're convinced. You're a believer now. Okay. I'm just telling you, me 8 years later, and I'm still on an e-leaf iStick. I don't care. Where you get your stuff, there's lots of good vape shops, lots of good stuff online. What is it called? starts with an A. Astrotech or Aerotech or something. No, that's not Aerotech. It's I can't remember the name of it. I'll try to put it. It's like AliExpress, but they sell electronics and vape devices. But this is a Pond Light RDA is what it's called. RDA is Derping Atomizer. Rebuildable, I don't know. RBA. Rebuildable, RTA. Rebuildable Tank Atomizer. This is a Pond Light. You can see the top looks like a pond. And then I got the new stainless steel cover for it. But this was like $5. And, I've had it for like 3 years. It's fine. You know? And, my son gave me another one. But these last forever. And, it's all stainless steel. Just look at the reviews. And I cannot believe I forgot the name. I will put it in a comment or somewhere if anybody asks. But it was like $5. And I did start out vaping high juice, and now I'm down to about 10 milligrams. You can do your own research to see what regular cigarettes are. It's anywhere between 20 and 30 per pack. And now I'm under, I think this bottle mixed it at about 10 milligrams because I mixed nicotine and VG and PG. And I think this ended up being about 10 milligrams, and then you add flavor, which is a VG base. And then, this is a bottle of, well, this one's empty. But this is a bottle of flavor. And then this is VG. So then it waters that down a little bit. See what I'm saying? So by the time you add flavor to 10 milligrams, you're probably 8.5, 9, I don't know. So I'm under 10 milligrams now, which is less than half. So you need to understand juice, and you need to invest in a good device. Or, like my son, he uses all the disposable ones now. He just got a delivery of juice today. But see, my funds are limited. So me rebuilding my own coils, which are like $3 a piece, pack of 5 for $12, I don't know. And they last a week or so, I don't know. I have $0. So me making my own juice and my own coils and maybe one device a year, I probably spend maybe $60, $70 a year on vaping versus between a coil and a bottle of juice, you'd probably spend maybe $15 a week, because you get a bottle of juice like this is 60 mils, 30 mils, half this size, this big, would last you about a week. And it's probably $10, I don't know. And a coil's a couple dollars. This is a vape bottle too. I just put glue in it. I did a video using my precision vape bottles. No, using my vape bottles for precision glue. So anyway, watch YouTube, do reviews, keep it simple. Understand your juice. Understand what you want. Do you want clouds? Do you want to feel like smoking? Then you want more PG blend. At the store, a newbie, I would probably go 70 PG, 30 VG, 70-30, and I would probably start at like 18 milligrams nicotine. And that would be a good amount of nicotine and a good throat hit, so it feels like smoking. And then you can get menthol. You can order flavors and juice online. You can get bargains. You know, there's places online. This is like 100 mils. and they sell 120 milligram. You know, they sell this, you know, whatever deal they have going. You know, you can get deals online. My son just got a shipment today. So this mod was probably about $50 in this tank, but I rebuilt him. It was probably $5. Fast Tech. That's the name of the place. Fast Tech. And they have lots of good vaping stuff. I've ordered from Fast Tech for years. Okay? It's like the AliExpress for vaping stuff. They also have all kinds of electronics. But they have vaping forums and good reviews and pictures and comments. And, okay? Fast Tech I highly recommend. Okay? And, I don't know about buying their juice. I would probably buy local for juice. Okay? And, I think that's all. If you have any questions, of course, reach out. If you want, channel referrals, I can supply some. If you can't find anybody you like or you jive with or whatever. That's how I found out about it. And that's how I've learned to rebuild coils and make my own juice. Okay? And to be successful at vaping. Okay? So, just let me know if you have any questions. With the new year coming up, I thought people might want to, you know, look into quitting smoking. Or not. That's okay. I'm not preaching. I'm not preaching. I'm just sharing my experience. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just sharing my experience. And there's no argument here. There's nothing to argue about. It's my experience. Who can argue about what happened to me and what I'm saying happened to me? Okay? There's no argument. Alright? No judgment. Just sharing. Okay? And let me know if you have any questions. Or if you vape. Okay? Or if you quit vaping. See, I can't quit. It's been 8 years and I like it. Alright? Thanks so much. Love you. Bye.